Greetings, and more greetings. All you united out there looking for unity and unitedism, breaking the base. I greet you hugely. It's time to create a unity to all them who are looking to unify. Tired of the math problems put on us for centuries, if not millenniums, excuse me. And reverse engineer that instead of divide and conquer and subtract. Reverse engineer that game and start having multiplication and addition to selves and to everybody else, bringing a unity of oneness and wholeness and proper caring and not living the division that we see every day dealt to us just to conquer. Facts. So I've been talking to a few people today and had a question that I want to get into, and that's what today's video is going to be about. But I just wanted to lay down that math problem that we deal with. And you say, why is it a math problem? Because anything that deals with a problem really comes from math or mayat, which was in Kemet, or what we would say, oh, that's Egypt. But that's really, Egypt was the name of the Greeks, not the original name of the place or the people of that time that preceded that, as much as 30,000-40,000 years before that, if not more. If I'm off, I'm off. But it's not 5,000-6,000 years like we've been led. I don't be led no more unless it's Zeppelin. Wink, you know what I mean. But and led to self, by self, through your connection to all. And that's why I'm asking for the unity of the reverse engineering this. It's time for us to come together with unity in tightness, running it like a musician, running your sound is so tight within every instrument, right? All the organs and all the instruments, even within self, our organs, which we have within us, right, or even called organs, which we even have an instrument called an organ, right? So just think about these things. But the problem that's been dealt with is divide and conquer on many facets. It's an old Roman way that's still been in use. We know what's going on, okay? We're not going to dwell and go into all the theories, because the theories are, play a game anymore, that we know the game. The reality is that many of us who are there, and those who are just learning it, tap in, watch prior videos, even go to Spotify, and you'll find my audios and videos there. You'll see some audios from there, but go there and then go, of course, here on YouTube, which is we put up, and watch this. So what I was going to talk about was, I heard I had some questions and people's concerns about certain things personally within their life. And it's kind of around, when I hear their concerns, I automatically see a big need, and it's not, and this is why it's a need. You must not do anything, but you must do all things. That's kind of the apical part of this, right? With all the nothingness is all things. With all the black light that always is and as unmovable as the white light that always isn't, but has the transformation where something transformed and ends and transformed to something new, the white light. So there's always those conundrums of those other sides of the pole, right, that are the reality that we live in this dualistic plane. But think about this. So you have this aspect of yourself, right, of kind of, if you look at this within your house, if you updated now, you have Wi-Fi, and when what Wi-Fi is plugged into energy and into the Ethernet, we won't get in really where the ether is at, but on that's a whole different thought, is in a whole different revelation or enlightenment if you look at it. But notice this one thing: the internet, or your Wi-Fi, or your connection to it, that Wi-Fi connector is like a distributor to all your devices. So what I'm saying is, meditation is not optional. if you want to go the next level. It is a practice that needs to be implemented into your life. Why? Because this is where you go into the nothingness to connect to the wholeness and not take on the blabber, 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 blabber of, oh, I'm not happy because everything outside of me drives me. Nothing drives you outside of you. Whether you're in a different place or in a different place, the key thing is you took yourself. The key thing is you took yourself. And if that part isn't uploaded and dealt with, wherever you move to, outside of where you're going to, trying to find happiness, it begins within, and there's no outside of that. That's a fact 100% that you have to apply it within. Now, do I believe in you can go move somewhere else and it makes sense? Yes. I'm not saying that you can't. I would make sense that there's reasons you might want to leave certain places, especially now. I get that. And go to other places. Wink, wink, especially now. But to say that everything is because you're in a certain place is given credence that it's an outside game and you're being played by the outside because you're not harnessing in yourself within, because in the stillness is all. In the stillness is where you reboot. In the stillness is where you choose to take happiness, sadness, gladness, and all these things in which thoughts not to take. If you don't practice and exercise, it's like if I want to get stronger, what do I got to do? I got to do certain exercise to build muscle. If you want to build this muscle in your brain, you got to learn to control these thoughts or choose not to get on that whirlwind of distress and anxiety. You're going to keep doing it if you keep playing the outside game. That's just a fact. This is an admonishment today that this isn't optional, unless you just want to be dealt with and dealt the hand that you're going to give yourself, because it's you giving yourself the hand. It's not the outside of where you live at giving you the hand. It's not. 100% not. You can make the excuse and not take the responsibility if you continue to do that, but that's going to be on you, and you can excuse yourself all the time, but the energy and the low vibration that goes with that, you'll ride the ride. You bought the ticket for that ride. What I'm saying is meditation's a place where you go into solitude within. Solitude within soul to create an attitude. It all stems from the origination of self, which is within. That's why babies come from within their mother, not outside their mother, because the portal's within. All your portals in the raising of yourself are within. So when you learn how to go into that place and choose what thoughts that come by, like a airline, like a big boat, distress, and you just watch it go by, and then it goes by, and you look the other way, and you get your solitude, and you don't got to ride that. This is where you empower yourself, is through meditation, silence, deep breathing. I'm telling you, folks, if you want the change, it's not. You have to pay the price. Anything that's easy it doesn't last. Anything that becomes difficult, because a lot of people complain that, talk about how when they start meditation, it's very difficult because my brain chatters, because it's hard. But are you going to give up because something's tough? Are you not tough? I know we live in a generation where I see it all the time. Physically, people are not tough. Always whining and crying. Just be honest. Whining and crying. I'm being bullied. I'm this and that. And we want a day for this, and we want a month for this, and we want a month for Crybaby Month. We want a month that we're da-da-da-da-da. I got a day for you. Suck it up, cupcake. If you want the results, you have to put the time in. If you want to see your meditations get better, start. It doesn't matter if it's 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute. But you'll gradually, with the consistency, you see as it goes 5. Start adding deep breathing to it. Energy, breath. We breathe all the time, and it's not tangible in the fact that you don't see air that you breathe. You don't see the atmosphere. And that's a word I want to break down to somebody that's connected, listens to the videos, hit me up about the word atmosphere and kind of had a really good take on it. I'll share it on the next video with it. I thought it was pretty cool, and I was like, whoa, I like that. But you breathe in invisible air. It's only visible by its effects that you feel it. You can blow it out, wind. but it's not seen with the naked eye, right? So these are things that are all connected to you within. Think about it. You need water, and I'm going a little longer than I do. You need water, you need food. You can go longer without food than you can water. But you can't go any time without, change that finger, I'm not flipping nobody's off. Not flipping nobody off, we're building unity, not destroying, right? The thing you can't go without is air. Now you can learn to be a good breather and hold in air longer and go a long time underwater when you really oxygenate yourself, but you can't go forever. You can't go past what, 5 minutes? That's somebody that's really good at it and the top technician of knowing how to breathe and oxygenate themselves and go underwater, right? And breathing people who apply that. But taking deep breaths, learning to meditate is rebooting your mind that you're now you start being the Wi-Fi distributor instead of every thought you just ride with it. It's coming at me. You got anxiety. I'm trying to teach you how to work it. How to use like that. But what do you know? I worked in mental health for decades. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't always go apply, take the meds. I couldn't say don't. But I wasn't one who wrote meds. I'm not a doctor. But what I would do is get on teaching you to use your tools within. And one of them is learning to deep breathe and meditate. And for them who are looking for the journey within in a deeper way, just not trying to get away from anxiety, which is part of the piece of this cake, part of the whole variety pack, is you want to elevate yourself, learn how to meditate. It's not a if you think you can do this without it, you're going to hit that same wall over and over. I'm just telling you, you are. So learn how to meditate and start with small steps. Small steps lead to giant steps. You don't have to start out doing an hour and say, oh, it's too hard. Start with 5 minutes, but if you learn to breathe, you'll find out it reboots those thoughts. Because you concentrate on your breath, not on your thought. And then you take it. Buddha said it. And if you're Western, you're going to that. Jesus said, he said, take no thought. He take no thought for your need. Not what you wear, what you eat. There's 5 different parts of that. What he was saying is learn to meditate. That's where you have your rebooting system at, because it's all within you. It's through you. You're connected to every aspect of more. It's not physical outside of you. It's within you. So meditation is a very, 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 very top priority of what to do besides other stuff. But top priority to do is mind hygiene. It's mental hygiene. Meditate. And I'm going to look at my former videos. Excuses lower your vibration. Taking no responsibility and saying, I can't. Well, yeah, you can't, because you just created you can't. But difficulty learning how to do it is because it's worth it. Anything that's too easy doesn't last. Doesn't last. One more time, does not last. Learn to meditate. That's a resource for you. That's part of your toolbox, is to meditate. When you get meditative states, you get calm states, right? Calm states. Calm states, because you start being the distributor and your awareness comes in when you see a thought come, you go, I don't ride that ride. I don't buy that ticket, because you're in the place to make those choices, because your awareness and your solitude is connected within. You've activated it. This is one of my longest videos in a long time, when I used to do 20, 30, 40-minute videos back in the day, because this was really a big question. And I seen somebody that's on it is really implemented it more when they got away from it and said that it's made the difference in their life, and they're springing up. And now they're talking a different talk. In a conversation, they called me the other day, and that talk I noticed was 2 things pivotal in their life they changed. And then I seen 2 things pivotal with what they did after the change, that now I seen their walk and their conversation is of higher frequency and vibration, where they're it's like, oh, okay, they're connecting to a deeper sense of self, and not just, and I hear a knowing in their their vocabulary and in their frequency. I hear they're talking that talk. But they made the two big changes was taking responsibility on themselves to make time for themselves. The first foundation was they had kind of got back out of it and life was happening more, and then they seen the aspects of how what created, and then they went back into the meditation and the breathing, and then they said, oh man, it made the world a difference within a week. I mean, within a week and a half, they said everything changed because you're connected to it. It's part of you. Nobody can take that from you. Nobody. Be silent, because silent means listen. When you take those letters of silent and rearrange them, you get listen. It's the same words in silent is the same word as letters in listen. You guys have a great day. This is D-Boy, West Coast Uncensored.